Whoa, that was on time.
We were on at that time.
Oh.
Very proud of us.
Look at us. Welcome to Regular Girls.
Yeah, welcome to Regular Girls, guys. Welcome. Welcome to Regular Girls. This is the very first episode we've done where I have long hair. I don't know if it's going to affect my performance or my credibility or knowledge on anything we're talking about.
I'm seeing the long hair for the first time, and I would believe anything you were talking about in regards to like suede hats or ponytails.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I actually do feel like I am a hat connoisseur. I love a good hat.
I know you do. I believe in you. I mean, I have 2 hats now, and I do push the limits and wear them almost all the time.
Yeah, I don't want you to think I haven't seen it in your Instagram stories, because I've seen it.
Hello.
I've seen it, and you're working it, and you're making it happen.
Thank you. And I'm usually wearing double denim when I wear my hats.
You know what? What a look. I always love double denim. Every single day. I've never regretted having worn double denim.
Never. And I've been wearing triple denim sometimes as a joke, but I feel really comfortable in that as well.
See, I was just going to add on to that I feel like doing triple denim. I actually saw that on like, God, I couldn't even tell you whose Instagram post it was, but it was on like a Like to Know It or something like that. And she had on triple denim, and man, did it just work. It was so great.
Oh, it's not a bad time, let me tell you. It's a great time.
No, so long as your denims have like a variety of color, you're good.
You're absolutely good. I feel like I'm yelling in this. I was teaching kids this afternoon, and I feel like I'm really coming at life from a very high energy point.
You're at like 11-year-old like stamina of just like yelling and intensity.
Oh, so many high fives, so many you're doing it, that's the best. A lot of
gosh.
A lot of that. Yeah.
I've never really worked with children. I don't know if I'd be any good at it.
You'd be great. I mean, they're just there to have a good time.
I'm not sure.
You know,
I think they mentally exhaust me. Like I don't really, I don't know how to handle them. I feel very stunted mentally when I'm around children.
I do sometimes like in the group that I have younger kids, and we do a show kind of at the end of the day, and there are like some 14-year-old boys who are my enemies. They don't know that, but I've decided they're like a Kelly Oxford, this is my enemy.
This is my enemy, yeah.
And so today, the little kids, they just needed to get suggestions for what object they could be, and he just went 17, and I went, no. Just in his face.
Nope.
No, you're wrong. Get a girlfriend.
We're not doing it.
No.
It's not happening.
No. But
I would like to tag something onto our jean conversation.
Please, my gosh.
So, this week, Free People was having a sale, 30% off.
They were.
And I got a pair of original Levi 501 jeans.
How is the bottom? Like, what's the fit on a 501?
It's my favorite jean. This is why it's the best jean. Because it just stands the test of time. I realize that the jean movement is starting to go in a way of not just a straight up, like, mega skinny jean. And I've also read that a lot of people are starting to move away from, like, really stretched jeans.
Really?
So, the 501, so I bought them in my regular size. And they're type, they obviously don't have as much stretch as like any jeans that any other human being is used to. So I had to like do a couple squats in them to stretch them out. But I feel like the more I wear them, and if I don't like wash them a ton, that they will be perfect. But they're a whole button fly. The bottom of them, so it's like they're skinny jean, but it's like an 80s skinny jean.
Oh, are they high-waisted?
Yep.
So it's like a sexy mom jean.
Kind of, yeah, but I don't feel like a mom in them, but they are kind of like mom jeans.
Oh, I, of course, don't say mom, like, in a bad tone, but I'm just like, you got, like, they're not super tight on, like, are they tight on your butt?
Yes, but if I had tried them on in a store, I would have maybe bought the size up.
Oh, okay.
The size I have is fine, and, like, I wore them out, wore them to dinner, and was super comfortable in them, so maybe I was right in getting the size, because the other ones might have just stretched out to not fit proper. But yeah, they're great. What a great jean. I really love them.
That's amazing. I mean, that's the thing about these stretchy jeans is that your size is not really your size because there's so much stretch.
No, it's not your size. I got a pair of Hudson jeans, and I never try on my jeans. I'm the worst. But I went into like a Nordstrom rack and tried on all these different jeans, and I was like, well, I'm going to buy these Hudson jeans because they seem great. And then I wore them for a day, and they ended up with like a way bigger waist.
Yeah,
like just in the waist was big. I can't wear anything that, and they're super low. I'm over that look. Like,
No,
if
yeah.
I didn't have laser hair removal, it would be a situation.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it'd be a puke party.
Listen, I have a weird body structure. I think we already talked about this. I have a tiny little torso in the way that it's very short, not in the way that it's tiny, but it's short. And so like low-waisted jeans, like, yeah, it was pube city, every time, and absolutely not, no thank you, never again.
I feel like I have a long torso, so yeah, when something's low like that, it's just like, it's so much pubic bone. It's so, nobody even wants to see that. I'm not 18. Like, get that out of here. I've moved on.
I also feel like, is that a sexy shot? Like, when like people are like pulling their pants down a little bit, going, look at this pubic bone. Like, is that a thing? Am I wrong?
I think it used to be a thing. I think it definitely used to be a thing, but I feel like the main thing now is high-waisted. I feel like that's the move.
It's the most flattering.
Everyone seems to be on board with that, and for that, I'm thankful.
That's why everyone loves the 50s and 60s. Why? Because women are all wearing high-waisted things, and you look amazing.
Apparently, high-waisted bikinis are coming back, too.
Oh, I already have, like, multiple pairs.
I saw such a great, a great post. I think it was on, gosh. It actually might have been Free People as well. I don't want to give the wrong information. I think it was also on Free People. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was on Free People, but they had a whole thing of high-waisted bikinis. And yeah, it's great.
Oh,
high-waisted
it's nice.
or bust.
And let me tell you, like, if you're sort of traveling into Pube City, high-waisted bottom.
Get out of there, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to see much. I'll tell you that.
No, absolutely not.
We'll cover it up.
Another great thing happened to me today.
Tell me.
I was playing the Sonos in my house, like the speakers, the Sonos speakers,
okay,
which are great. I love those things. Shout out to Sonos. If you want to give us free speakers, we're all about it.
Oh, I will give you my personal address almost immediately.
Yeah, like they're the best. But I realized on there you can play radio stations from wherever. So I was playing Indie 88 from Toronto, and I'm so happy about it.
Love Indie 88. The people there are amazing.
You froze.
Oh, did I? Am I back in action or am I not?
What happened?
I don't know. Did I freeze? Because I'm still recording.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Sweet.
I'm recording. There, you're back. I don't know what happened. It just totally froze.
Oh, really? Oh, no worries. To 7:38. Yeah, I love Indie 88. The people there are amazing. Danny, our friend Danny.
Yeah. It was so fun that I got to listen to a girlfriend of mine do her job while I was organizing my pantry.
And she's great.
Regular girl hot tip. Keep your pantry clean. You can use that as a metaphor even.
Absolutely. Pube City, get them out of there. Or
Keep
not.
your pubes trimmed and your pantry clean.
I just remember someone being like, "Oh, I'm getting like laser done," or like, "Oh, I'm getting waxing done," and I was like 14, or not 14, probably like 16 or 17, and I was like, "What?" Like I had no idea that was something you should be doing.
You didn't know that was. See, I feel like I caught on to that early because I played sports, so we were all changing. Like you had to know what everybody's situation was.
Oh, Renee.
So you found out about a lot of things.
Renee, I was on every team. I was just like completely unaware. I was like, everyone's got these huge pubes. Burp, 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 burp.
Pass me the ball.
Yeah, and just like my pubes hit the ball before my body does. Anyways, this took a turn.
Yeah, it did take a turn. What else happened this week? Anything else cool happened this week?
Well,
I got new hair. I found Indie 88, and that's it.
I got Reiki done.
Oh my God, tell me everything.
Okay, guys, so I got some Reiki done. Some friends, when I told them I was getting Reiki done, they said, I'm not into this witchcraft. They would be wrong. So I went on Wednesday. It was amazing. So Reiki is basically like you're kind of meditating with your Reiki master or your Reiki leader.
Did they guide you through it?
It's completely silent. You lay on your back. It was a really nice pillow. She has a very nice apartment. And you just basically lay there and she like covers all of your chakras. So we kind of talked about that last week.
What does she cover them with?
Her hands. So she was like touching my head and she was like, I'm going to, touch on your chakras. I hope that's okay. And I was like, absolutely.
Touch away. Diddle them.
I know. Go for it. Let me know
Diddle
what's
my
up.
chakra.
And then
I'm going
she's
to put
like,
that on a t-shirt. Diddle my chakra.
chakra.
That's awesome. That's going to be my first t-shirt that I make with my t-shirt company.
people are going to be like, ma'am, you have to leave this beer tent with that t-shirt. So she like puts her hand over the different chakras and like PowerPoints on your body, and essentially she like sees visions, and then she writes them down. And at the very end of your session, like the last half hour of it, she kind of goes through what she saw, and she gave me like a piece of paper to like write all them down.
What did she see?
Oh my God. So she saw like things about my life that like there's no way she could have known. Like, no way.
She's like Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost.
Honestly, what was chakras? Like, after the session, like, so she said, like, my brain, like, my head chakra, it was like, I was like seeing my family home on like a high hill, and it was really difficult to get to, and it felt like they were too busy for you, which is like, so my family, like, when I call my family, I have to call twice. So they'll pick up, you know, like,
oh my gosh.
And she said I had to like knock twice. Like, it was crazy. And then, this was creepy. So the creepiest thing was she said that there was a man. I was overlooking a lot of the themes of my reading were cliffs, because overlooking a choice, which I was like, I'm absolutely there, like wondering where I'm going, what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, she said I was overlooking a town, essentially, I'm assuming is Toronto. And I say, like, I can't go there. And there's this tall man in a suit who's there, and he's like, okay, great, we know that that's how you feel or whatever. But anyways, the tall man in a suit is crazy, because when we talked about ghosts, that was the man I described in my old home in Toronto. And I find out through this reading, he wasn't a ghost, you guys. He is my spirit guide. How crazy is that?
I can't even tell you what physically just happened to my body when you told me that. I just got goosebumps all over my arms, and my eyes kind of welled up. That's so weird. What?
So she described the ghost that I would see in my old Toronto apartment. And I was like, I thought that was a ghost. And she's like, that's your spirit guide.
Shut the fuck up.
And it freaked her out too. She was like, what? I'm like, I've seen that man before. I've seen him before. Who you're describing, I have seen before.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
Oh
and
my gosh, my mind's blown.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, how would you know this? And the man said I was going to be okay, but he's like, to survive in LA, you have to make it your own, and gave me some sage advice as to like
he
what
said
I
that?
was. Yeah. And he turned me around, because I was like, I can't go back here. And she was like, it could be your hometown, it could be the city you relate to the most. And then he turned me around, and she's like, and that city looked like to me Los Angeles. And he was like, and she doesn't know anything, and certainly didn't ask.
Bizarre.
I know. And then like,
oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. And then she said like things like in like what I'm struggling with creatively in my brain, and I was like, this is so accurate. And then the craziest thing was, she said that I'm really responsive to light, and which I am. And my apartment has no light. And the other day before my Reiki session, I was complaining to Brendan. I was like, our apartment is dark. It's dingy. I can't live like this. Like, it's frustrating. She like verbatim was like, this is a vision I'm seeing. This is what you were saying to your husband. And it was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She even said like dingy, dark. Like, she said all of the things that I said to Brendan.
Oh, that's insane.
I know. So she's like, you need to find light.
So when you're getting your chakras balanced, so do you like, is this something you continue to go back, and it's like getting life advice as well? Or does it rebalance, and then everything in your life is supposed to be kind of back on track?
Her whole thing is like, she doesn't like fix you. She's just trying to like realign you. So it's like, here are the problems, or here's what's like stunting you and these certain chakras. This is what you're struggling with. But she basically says her visions like follow what you're currently going through, and then she follows them until she sees some sort of resolution. So she's like, I see you coming through the other end in this way. But like, yeah, you can keep coming back, and like she can keep aligning you. Like, she held onto my shoulders, which isn't a chakra point, but it's just like body work. And when she put her hands on my shoulders, she said that she saw me like in a tunnel, and I could see the light, and I was like trying to get to it, but it was far away. So I started like running really, really, really fast. And she's like, it wasn't until you started yelling for help that 4 people come and help you and pull you out. And so she's like, essentially, don't be afraid to ask for help, which is like a huge thing. Because I've been like, where do I go? What am I doing? I don't know. And like, you want to look like you have it together. But sometimes you need to ask for help, and hopefully that will kind of shake me out. But so you kind of get like advice like that, which I guess people could argue is vague, but it made a lot of sense to me.
Sure, yeah, but is that not the goal? I mean, even when we were talking last week about like the hippy dippy stuff, it is for what you need it to be.
Totally. And like she was super accurate like about me and said things about Brendan, like in situations, and it was crazy.
I can't believe that about your like spirit guide.
Yes, and then she said that I can find things on YouTube to meditate to speak with my spirit guide, which
I don't even know if I could. I think I'd be afraid.
I know. I know.
I'd totally be afraid.
She said when she was doing her Reiki training, they were like, you're going to meet your spirit guide this weekend. And she was like, yeah, right. And then she's like, I did. And I had conversations with him during my meditation.
I want to go get this done.
Oh, you should.
I'm going to go do it.
Next time, if you're in LA, you should go to my girl, because I got a Reiki girl. Is she real?
I don't know when I'm going to be in LA next. I wish I want to do it like stat. That's so crazy.
Oh, you can probably look it up. I mean, you probably have friends who do stuff, and where you are, you could find them.
For sure.
I recommend. I mean, I had an amazing session. She's very good, and like she wasn't like when I told her like that. I've seen that man before. It like freaked her out too, which is what I kind of appreciated because like she's new to it. So I was like, she was like, I think that's your spirit. Oh my, what? Like she was there with me.
That is such a trip. See, whenever I like heard of Reiki or I see like a thing at like my yoga place of like, oh, we're doing Reiki this Sunday, I always just like associate it more with like realigning your body or like cupping. I didn't know it was such a spiritual thing. I clearly had no idea about it.
And I will say, like when I was laying on the table, I was like, don't think anything freaky or she's going to say it to me. But I was like thinking about hamburgers and stuff. So I was like kind of, I was like, she's not going to see any readings because I'm not focused. But she really did get a lot. She did get a bunch. Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. And she was like, you're not going to find success. Like when you start showing up and doing what you want, not what anyone else wants, she's like, that's when things will start coming your way. And I was like, that's so true.
And how do you even do that? It's hard when you're in like a rhythm of like, especially when you're in a new city too and you're like trying to like find your rhythm, like it's so weird. And what's funny is, so I was thinking about that today for myself because I was listening to Indie 88 and I was like, oh, it made me a little bit homesick.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about just how easy, I'm sure it's not for other people, but like when you're in Toronto, I know where everything is. I know where like the cool stuff is. I know where to go for just about anything. But in Vegas, I don't feel that way. And I don't know if it's because of like the layout and it's not like a regular city that I'm used to having more of like that city lifestyle, that I don't know if it's because I live in Vegas that I don't feel like that. But like even having like simple things like BlogTO. I used to go on BlogTO all the time to find information on anything. And I feel like that in Vegas is not the thing, but it popped in my head. I don't know if it was something that was actually on the radio or if it was something I had just read, but it was about like making your place your own.
Yeah.
And like not just like being kind of like a visitor there.
Yeah, and I think I've been a visitor in LA for a long time. Like I don't know anywhere cool or little like publications like Now or BlogTO or But I also think like and I'm sure this is the same way for you in Vegas. It's like the culture is just different. You have to drive places and park, and it's like when you're going to go to a restaurant, do you valet? Can you only have a glass of wine because you're driving? Like not that it's all about booze.
So different.
And I don't have a bunch of friends here. Like I'm starting to get to know people, and that's great. But it's just a different culture. It's not like I'm going to go meet them at, downtown and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I was actually, I met up with a girlfriend last week, which was super fun. And we did not really know each other prior, but she used to work at WWE and she lives out here. So her and I went and hung out. And it was cool because it was like we got along right away. But even going and like finding like a local spot, but it's like it's not local. We went out to like the Four Seasons on the Strip to have like some cocktails.
Yeah.
Which was great, but I was trying to look up even like everywhere in Toronto is super dog friendly. So you can go on like a patio and bring your dog. Where like here, it's not really like that. So I was like trying to find stuff that like works with like your lifestyle to go do. Because otherwise, I just stay at home and sit in the backyard, which is fine. I love doing that. But like you get used to I don't know. You want to make it your town. I want to know, like, I wish when people came that I could tell them cool shit to do.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Because I'm like, I don't know. Like, Brendan and I went to the Getty, and that was super cool. But it's like, that's the only frame of reference we have, which is a museum.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was going to someone's town, I'd be like, yeah, we can go to the museum, but what's the cool thing?
Totally.
Although museums are cool, but you know what I mean? You're like, well,
yeah, or even just like finding like the cool, like I wish that there was more like markets out here. There are some, but they're not that good.
Yeah.
Like the farmers markets are all kind of shit.
Although
they're not very good. No
I will
offense,
say,
farmer markets of Las Vegas, but you're not that good.
Farmers markets here are really good. They're good
I
here.
bet. There they'd probably be a lot better. I don't know if it's just because it's in the desert. Maybe there's a lot of honey and like teas, which is great. But yeah, there's as far as getting like fresh food and stuff, not really.
I will say I've started hiking every day, and Kelly Oxford hikes the same hike. So
shit.
Maybe I know the cool spots, you guys. Maybe I'm hiking in the cool trail.
Yeah, you're on the right path.
I'm nervous, though. I told Brendan that like I'm nervous that she'll Snapchat me and say this is my enemy because it's just gonna be me with like a baseball cap and my pink fanny pack. I'm like the
Could you imagine if you got enemied?
Yes, I can imagine. I look like a dweeb, and I'm always like, But anyways, shall we talk about what the theme is going to be today?
Yeah, man, we're talking about dreams can come true.
I had that tape. What was that, Gabrielle?
I don't even know. Yeah, look here, baby, I'm with you. I don't even know how the rest of it goes.
Her voice is so strange.
It's so weird.
I wonder if she actually sounded like that, or if they just were like, her regular voice isn't enough. We're gonna make her sound like a robot just getting down.
Could you sing more from your nasal cavity? Thank you.
Can you say dreams instead of dreams, please? There's a girl on YouTube who teaches you how to sing phonetically, and like.
What do you mean sing phonetically?
So if it's like Sia, you know how like Sia sings and you don't really know what she's saying, and she's like, like, you know, she will teach you how to sing. So like if she was singing Dreams by Gabrielle, she'd be like, okay, so we're going to start with drams. Can't like, it's like, so when you sing it, you sound like them.
I love that you have found that on YouTube and watch it. That's great.
Well, and she looks like me, like if it was like my cousin who was a librarian. Like she's like not even cool. So she's
That's
just
fantastic. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's pretty ridiculous.
Eyes on that. Dreams can come true. Look here, baby. I'm with you. Okay, so dreams. So first and foremost, I don't know where I sit on dreams meaning things.
Oh, you should believe them 1,000%.
Really? But not everything.
Yes, everything.
Okay, so I've got two dreams that I will be talking about today.
I've got two as well.
I've got two, and one of them, because, I mean, as I knew we were going to be doing a podcast about this, I was kind of thinking about what they meant and what they represented.
Yes.
And the first one, I think, has more of a story to it, but the second one, I think, is just a direct relation to what happened in my day yesterday.
And listen, I should say we are going to tell each other our dreams, and we're just going to analyze them almost without any sort of, I don't know, background or certification. But we're going to confidently analyze.
Oh, yeah. No, this is basically my self-help in the back of Cosmo magazine that I want to have. So we're just going to start here with some dreams and see where we end up.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I dreamt this on, I think it was Monday night.
Okay.
Monday night I had this dream.
Okay.
And I woke up and I wrote it down in my phone. Thank God I did, because I would have definitely never remembered it. So this is what I wrote in my phone.
Okay.
Cat squishing a spider a few times over, but there was some reason the cat was killing it. I just watched, but it kept scaring me or grossing me out, and I wanted to fix it, but it wasn't my mess. It, the spider, and the cat belonged to somebody else. Also, the song Roxanne was playing in the background.
Okay.
Roxanne.
That's a good song. Okay.
It was this cat that kept squishing this spider, and I couldn't stop the cat from killing the spider, and it was also freaking me out because I like any normal person afraid of spiders. But I guess I knew that it wasn't my responsibility.
Hello.
So I was able to kind of like wipe my hands clean of it, but I was like still feeling very anxious about not being able to help the situation.
Well, that's, I think, you just said what you're dealing with. So obviously there's something in your life that's going on that you know that you can't get involved with. You see like damage being done, and you realize this, and clearly you say, wasn't my mess. So it's not your mess.
Yeah.
And you want to get involved, but you can't. So you have to keep watching the cat squish the spider and kill it.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Yeah. Given the circumstances of certain friends of mine, what has recently happened.
Hello. Yeah.
Wow.
See, I should just become a professional.
That was pretty good because I feel like, and I honestly haven't read that note since I wrote it. Mm-hmm. So when I was just reading it, I was like, wait, I was trying to recollect what I was going through at that moment.
Right.
But, and I didn't feel like it was what you're talking about something that I don't have control over, and I just have to sit there and watch it, and it's not my mess. Which, it happened to a friend of mine this last week.
So then it's like, and look at the language, like the way that we describe our dreams is like it's us working them out, I think. So it's like, wasn't my mess, like I can't get involved. And it's like, then you just kind of put them into your reality, and I think a lot of people would be surprised at what they're sort of talking about.
Okay, and what's your reasoning for Roxanne playing in the background?
Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Were you listening to it before?
You don't have to put on a red light. Roxanne. No,
well,
I wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know about the Roxanne part. I mean, that could just be like something you heard that day or something like that's influencing it. But
you know what just popped in my head for why I bet you it was in my head?
Why?
Because I was on my whole not drinking thing,
right.
And then I had some drinks, and Roxanne is a notorious drinking song.
Really?
Yeah, he's supposed to take a shot every time he says Roxanne.
Really? I did not know that, and I would be dead.
Oh, anyone would be dead. It's like, it's meant to kill you. Yeah, it's terrible. Don't anybody play that game. I don't recommend it. Do it with a can of Diet Coke or something and have a good time, but do not do it with booze.
Well, that could be it for sure.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but yeah, it was my last note. Also, I think Roxanne was playing in the background. Just a cat killing a spider to Roxanne. That's very weird.
I mean, that's like a really intense sort of situation.
Yeah, maybe Roxanne was meant to lighten the mood.
Yeah, maybe your brain was like, we need a little break.
You don't have to put on a red light. Maybe it had to do with like death.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I know. That's tough.
Okay, give me your dream.
Okay, so I've been having a recurring dream that I'm pregnant.
Oh.
And Brendan keeps going baby fever, but I'm like, that's not what it is. So I keep having these dreams that I'm like pregnant, but then I'm like, oh no, I've been like drinking and smoking this whole time, although I don't smoke.
What a fear. I have that fear.
Yeah, or I'm like, oh man, I'm already like 9 months pregnant and like I'm not prepared for this. You know, or like, so but I had a dream where I was pregnant and like, was trying to like feel the baby and I couldn't feel it. And I was like, oh my God, is this like baby dead? It was like really intense. But yes, go ahead. But that's but like in varying degrees, and it's recurring like the last like 3 weeks, recurring.
So I feel like anytime you have a baby or giving birth, it's supposed to mean a new beginning.
Really?
Like I think it's a new start. Yeah. So I feel like it could be you, like your Reiki master said, trying to like get this new start happening, or you're trying to get these shows happening and you're trying to like get this other part of your life kind of kicked into gear, and maybe having the baby and not being able to feel it is like your insecurity about what you're trying to do moving forward.
Renee.
Booyakasha.
That was good, because I'm like, why am I always like searching for it? Because I'm thinking like, oh, could it be like a birth of a new idea that I can't carry to term?
Yes, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because it doesn't always mean a baby. I hope
No,
not.
I don't think it always means a baby either.
It's like when your teeth fall out in those dreams.
Oh my God, I hate teeth falling out dreams. They're the worst.
Nightmares.
What? I always wake up and want to like wiggle my teeth, and I'm like, oh my God, when was the last time I flossed? I need to take better care of my teeth.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
I've recently gotten like really obsessed with dental hygiene as well.
Me
Side
too.
Note. Like I want my teeth to just have it going on. For a second, I wanted to get veneers just because. And then everyone talked me out of it. And I was like, I'm glad that I didn't.
You don't
But
need
yeah,
them.
dental hygiene.
Yeah, my
good for you.
grandmother, she had her teeth pulled when she was like like mid-20s.
Why?
Well, they just convinced her that it would just be easier than maintaining her teeth. And she just was like, okay, well, you're a dentist and you would know. And she just got all of her teeth pulled.
And what did she wear? Dentures?
Yeah, but she was like, this sucks. So she was like, always like, take care of your teeth.
That sucks so hard.
Yeah, and this was like back in the day, obviously, but like.
So like like you think back in the day of having dentures and not having like proper adhesion. And
yes, and she was young and a babe.
That's horrible.
I know.
Poor gummy babe.
I know. One of her biggest regrets.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, which sucks. But yeah, so I mean, I guess these are pretty, like, I guess ours are pretty standard. I mean, yours is the cat squishing a spider. Do you ever have the dream where, like, you're talking to someone that you know, but it doesn't look like that person?
But you know that it's them?
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder what that is. Because it's like they're like aura or something. Like, it doesn't have to look like them. Because I'd be like, oh, I dreamt that I was talking to Stacey, but, like, it was my mom.
Right.
When it's like, or if it's just, like, totally a different person. Like, it's so weird.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's, like, you trying to, like, unearth like another like layer to your relationship with that person, or
maybe
does it represent like if you're having a conversation with that person that you don't feel on the same page with them, so they're distorted to you?
Oh God, that's a good analogy. Maybe.
I mean,
see, like things like that I've just never paid that much attention to because I just think sometimes the human brain's weird and there's so many layers and cavities and little crevices of things holding on to information that they pop through in dreams. So last night I had a dream that Blue was being stung by bees repeatedly.
Oh my
we have a bush. Yes, we have a bush in our backyard. I think it is like I think it might be a lilac bush. Anyways, each spring it blooms and we get bombarded with bees. There's always a ton of them.
Oh, no.
So it's blooming right now. But anyways, so I dreamt that he was being stung repeatedly by the bush. And then I looked at him and one of his eyes was missing. But it was like, you know when you see like an animal, but it's like a healed missing eye. Like his fur just went over it. So what would you think? I think I know what it means, but what do you think that it means?
Oh my gosh.
I only know what it means because this is my example of like not all dreams mean something.
Really?
Or it was just like it was a further extension of my day yesterday. So yesterday, because John and we've got WrestleMania coming up, and then we're going on he's coming with us we're going up to Zion. And Blue's coming with us for that. But we went to go find this other boarding place because they had this great outdoor facility, and it just seemed to be like this really good top-notch boarding place. So I had to take Blue there yesterday, and I had to leave him there for 3 hours. He had to be there on like an interview session so that they could see if he would do okay.
Yeah.
And when I picked him up, he was so exhausted and like panting harder than I've ever seen him pant that I was like worried, and I was like, oh my God, like is he okay?
Really?
So he was like in my car and I was like, oh my God, buddy, you okay? Like what's going on? He was like drooling everywhere and he just couldn't like catch his breath. Because I mean, we take him to the dog park, but usually only for like 45 minutes or something.
Right.
So when he was there for 3 hours and when he gets tired, he like gets a little like aggressive with it. Not like aggressive, but he wants to play and he won't stop. He's like relentless.
Right.
So yeah, I picked him up and then I started having like second thoughts about it. I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't put him there because if he's going to be that exhausted the whole time we're gone for WrestleMania, he's gonna die. Like I don't think he can handle it. So I think like my dream was just an extension of that, and him missing his eye, I think it's just me worried about him like not being okay or worried about him being safe.
I was gonna say that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that the one eye I feel like is a play on like guilt, where you're like, oh no, I wasn't taking care of him, or like I let this happen, or like and then I also think it being scarred over is like you feeling like there's going to be like progressive, there's going to be like
damage.
Like, prolonged damage, which is crazy. I've worked at so many doggy daycares. Not really. That's a lie. Just one. But but I'm saying that with like, I've done like the boarding there and like them all playing. That's what you want from your doggies, to be like a little tired. Isn't that the point of taking
You want them to be tired, but like, so I feel like Burger would probably relate to this. And I don't know if it's a bulldog thing, but like, Blue likes to play with other dogs, but more than that, he likes attention from humans.
Yeah.
So that's why, because the place we leave him is at our vet's. And everyone there knows him. They all love him. And he's always excited when we drop him off. Like, he loves everybody there. So I feel like he needs more attention from humans than playing with other dogs for 8 hours. Like, I feel like he won't know how to chill. I think he'll just constantly want to keep going. And maybe he would get used to it. But I just think he's like such a baby and needs like human interaction more than animal interaction.
Do you think that the person who runs that boarding would be like, oh, just come to the front and hang out?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's what happened when we took Burger and Vic. They, for our wedding, our friend helped us board them, but in this cool place in Toronto, and the girls super amazing. Unleashed in the City, they're great. Yeah, Burger and Vic just ended up chilling in the front because they were just kind of like front kind of chill dwellers. And
that's the treatment that Blue gets at our vets, where he hangs out with them, and everyone, he's been going there since he was like a brand new baby, so he really knows everyone there. But John and I were feeling like a little weird because it was going to be for like a couple of days. We're like, oh, should we like put him somewhere where he knows he's going to be playing? And they've got video cameras, so you can like download an app. It's called Camp Bow Wow. It's really great. It's such a cool facility, and they just like monitor everything. Like, they really are on it. But yeah, I just feel like at the end of the day, he's probably better off with the people that he knows. Yeah, rather than putting him in a new environment and all these dogs. It was just like totally stressing me out yesterday.
But what did she say about Blue? Was she like, oh, Blue was cool?
Oh, yeah, she said he was great. Like, he got along with everyone. Like, he's a good dog. He's not like aggressive at all. Like, he's such a dude. Great. But yeah, because I said I was going to take him, and I'm not now.
You're not going to?
No, I'm going to leave him at the vet's. I feel better about it.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's going to be for a couple days, and I just feel like I know he's in good hands there, but I started thinking taking him somewhere to play for that whole time was better, but now I'm having second thoughts.
You guys, we really worked something out here. We really went from A to C, and we had a lot of fun during B.
We got right there.
No, I get that.
Skip and a jump of smart dog talk.
And that would probably be great, because can you imagine, like, you left him somewhere where you're uneasy? Your dreams would be nuts.
Oh my God.
You would just be stressing out constantly.
Yeah. I know. I would honestly probably just sit on my phone and watch him on the app all day, every day, which is fine.
When I worked at the doggy daycare, they videoed us too, and my friend would pretend like he would turn his back to the camera, and he would pretend to like punch them, as I just punched the mic, but like move his hands like in front of their faces, like to be like and people thought he was beating them, the dogs. No, but that was not the case.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because people are really uptight about their dogs.
Apparently I might be one of them, but I don't mean to be. Normally I'm pretty chill about it. But yeah, people are crazy about their dogs.
I mean, I tried to walk Burger the other day, who's admittedly getting very old and like cranky and grizzled.
I can see like the gray in his face, and I can't even handle it.
Yeah, and I took him for a walk, and I was listening to a podcast, and we walked up a steep hill, and he was like, forget it. Just forget it. So now we have to take Vic to the dog park because Burger just won't play, and he just wants to hump one dog the whole time. So I'm like, you take Vic to the dog park, I'll walk Burger. But now Burger like was laying on his back on the pavement, and he was just like, move me, bitch.
He used to do that to me when he was a puppy. I used to live on Church Street, and I would walk him down to a dog park on Church in Dundas. And I think it was Church in Dundas. This beautiful dog park, but I would walk him down from like pretty much from like Bloor down to Dundas. Yeah. And on the way back, he would sprawl on the pavement, and everyone would have to walk around or over him.
Oh,
he was too heavy. You can't carry him. I just had to sit there and wait for him to conjure up enough energy. Little shit.
Yeah, he is a little shit, and I think that he likes that we think he's old now, because he's like, I don't have to do anything. Like, we lift him off our bed because we don't want him to jump, and because he was limping like an old man getting out of a recliner. Oh. And yeah, I know. He's like, just makes these noises. Yeah, he's gross. But yeah, so I think bulldogs are strange too. And when he has a huge walk, he'll pant for like hours, and I think I've killed him. But anyways, we've gone off track on the dreams. But anyways, now you guys know how we feel about bulldogs.
Yeah, I love bulldogs so much. I actually saw... I'm waiting for them to message me back. There was a bulldog rescue thing, and they needed someone to pick up this dog in Las Vegas, so I told them I would, but maybe they got someone to do it. They never messaged me back. I'll go pick up a dog. I'll pick up a dog and give him a nice life any day.
Oh my God. I wish I could have more. I wish I'd have like 3 or 4 dogs. I know.
They're the best.
If I listen to my Reiki master, then I'll get a bigger backyard, live in the light, get another dog. I'm going to do it on my terms and good things will happen. So I have a dream that Brendan had, as you know, because I asked him right before we recorded and he screamed this one at me. Brendan will wake up sometimes from having dreams and just being like, "Oh, it was so intense." And then I think he's being a big baby, but then he'll describe the dream and I'm like, "That's crazy." So Brendan has one where he has a gun, which like Brendan can't even hang a painting. So I can't even imagine what he would do with the gun. But he said he was in a prison and he was trying to escape a compound and he had a gun. Brendan, is there anything to add to that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. He had to shoot our friend Jason in the face.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God, poor Jason.
I know, poor Jason.
Maybe I'm gonna analyze this one.
Please.
Maybe Brendan feels jealous that you're gonna be doing a show with Jason.
I don't know. He might. Although Jason is kind of like a little lady.
Oh,
I mean, he's happily married to a woman, but him and I really relate on a shame-eating level that only 2 gal pals could really relate to.
Maybe Brendan feels like he's left out.
Maybe. Brendan, do you think it's because you feel like you're left out? Cool. He just went, no.
I feel like Brendan needs to come over and like explain this. Tell him to come join our podcast.
Do you want to join our podcast and explain what you think it means?
Tell him to put down his stupid video game and get on the mic.
Well, if he comes in, he'll figure it out. If he wants to come in, he can come in. Right. I think what it means is because Brendan, did Jason look like this? People are going to be like, Stacey, write this shit down before you do this podcast. Did Jason look like Jason or did he look like somebody else? Oh, he looked fully like Jason.
Whoa.
Okay, so he was caught in this prison.
Jason got shot in the face.
I know. Well, the thing is, okay, so we're working on a show with Jason. What could this be? But this was before. But maybe this was like a seed.
And Brendan is working on the show as well?
Yes.
So maybe are him and Jason always on the same page as far as creativity goes?
No, I think...
Maybe that's why.
I also think it's like being locked or feeling like you're contained and you have to escape is like you trying to figure out the puzzle, trying to get out of your way, trying to work out how to like navigate, what to do.
Yeah.
And
especially if you're feeling like turned around and you can't really find.
Totally.
Yeah, you're trying to find that missing piece, especially if you guys are working on putting together a show and trying to make it like as good as possible and he's feeling like a little like flipped out about it.
Maybe, and he's got the gun and he's got to shoot him and maybe Brendan's like, I'm going to try and be the boss, to which I say no. Maybe
Brendan, too, he's also trying to figure out his stuff in LA.
Oh, for sure.
And he's feeling like confused by that. Also, Jason represents Toronto a bit too, right?
Whoa. Renee says it's because Jason might represent Toronto. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good one.
That could be it.
Because the second I got Reiki done, Brendan's like, I need this. I want the answers. And I'm like, wouldn't you want that?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go do Reiki and I'm going to make John come with me. He just texted me that he doesn't have any dreams to share.
John.
What a loser. Give us a dream.
Give us a dream.
He did tell me a dream earlier in the week because I asked him to like kind of document his dreams. But it wasn't one that's really like shareable.
That's fine.
I could totally make one up for him.
Well, I feel like we should do future episodes of dreams.
I was awesome.
He was dreaming that my long hair was going to work out and that the hairdressers weren't going to lie to me about certain aspects of the service. No, but we should get like viewer or listeners' dreams. And again, no pervs, but we should get certain dreams or reoccurring dreams that people get and we should analyze them.
Have you ever had other like recurring dreams that have popped up?
Oh my God, absolutely. So a major recurring dream I have, and I think this is often for performers or whatever, I'm sure you've had this, where it's like, they're like, oh, the show's starting. You know all your lines, right?
Man.
But it's like that anxiety and that like, just like, ooh, like you're just like so
what
freaked
a bad
out.
dream. Yeah, I've had that many times of like, hey, we're about to go do a show. We're going live in 10 minutes. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are we talking about? I don't know what you're like. It is such a scary, scary feeling. I used to get that too when I waitress though. You'd always have like that waitress dream that you have a table that needs to put in an order or you lost all your money. Like I would always have dreams like that. I would wake up like talking about making orders and stuff.
And that's the thing. It's like, I feel like this is, and this kind of relates to the wellness thing, but I really feel like you hold a lot of your shit in your body. So it's like when you're waitressing and you're like, fuck this job, I don't care about this job, but you probably do. And it's like locked somewhere in your body. And the second that you have a time to decompress and release and relax your muscles, it goes to your brain, wherever you're holding that tension.
Especially when it's like something like, I mean, even if you hate the job you're doing, you still need income. You need to make money doing something. So even if you can say, I don't care about this job, unless I'm a billionaire, I care about the job. Like on any level, like you need to make a living.
Also, I'm a big baby.
That stuff definitely like manifests in your body.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like you can get into this practice, which I had to do in theater school, where you get up every morning and do your morning pages. Do you ever do morning pages?
No.
Okay, so morning pages, actually, if you're listening to this and you're intrigued, please start them and let me know how it goes. But what you do is you the second you wake up, you have a book beside your bed and a pen, and you just start writing. You don't think about it. You just write whatever comes to your head. Like you don't think about it.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised, like what you're sort of like what you work through. Like I've had like pages where I was like, what the hell? Like it was freaky.
Oh, I'm gonna try that.
It's really cool, and also it's a good way to like write down your dreams and. You'll sort of start navigating like what you're kind of working through. I guess it's kind of like your own Reiki, really. Like your own like, what am I going through mentally? Like what's going on?
Especially when you're not totally focused on it and you're just like letting it happen, letting it kind of flow. I've got a little notebook that my mic is currently resting on, so I'll put it to use and put it by my bedside.
Let me know how it goes, because I was doing morning pages for a while, and then I just gave up, and when I'd have to submit them, I would just write whatever. But they're apparently quite good.
I used to have one recurring dream. It's very weird, but it was just like a full like white room, like very like clinical. Yeah. And there would be like this woman standing on like the far side of the room, like, and I didn't even feel like I was in the room. I kind of just observed it. And there's like a girl that I feel like was like creepy in like a Ring kind of way, but not to that extreme. And she would just stand there and scream.
Oh my God.
Like in a very muffled, yeah, right?
That freaks me
like
out.
A very muffled scream, like in like a horror movie where it's just like a muffled scream, but you can see by looking at her that she's like straining and screaming.
Okay, how old
are
you?
That says a lot about me.
Yeah, how old were you?
Probably like early mid-20s.
Okay, well that's like clearly, I say this so confidently, you're trying to keep yourself together in your life, but inside you're like freaking out.
Yeah, probably.
It's how you really wish, like, which I feel like your 20s could be easily, anyone's 20s can easily be described as watching a woman cry or scream in a muffled room. When you're 20.
100%.
Oh my God, when you're 20s,
like,
you're like,
at that time, what were you just making fun of my hair? Did I miss that?
No, I said I was just saying when you're 20, you're like, I don't need my parents.
You were like pretending. I didn't hear what you said. I just saw you do the hair thing. I was like, oh, I get it. My hair's long. It's obnoxious. It's a cape that I'm wearing.
Oh, please, Renee, these luxurious locks. I look like a substitute teacher who's like, just tell me your real names.
To be fair, my hair looked just like yours days ago.
No, but the way you're styling it, anyways.
But in my 20s was when I was working at the Score, and I just started. That was like my first like TV job. And I was really in over my head because I made a lot of people believe that I knew about sports.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Psych. But now you do, and you did. But it's like that's a really like stressful situation. And it's funny that you bring that up because my Reiki lady was also saying that my brain chakra or whatever, your third eye or whatever. Yeah. She's like, I think she didn't want to insult me, but she was like, it's kind of like a psych ward, but it's not. And I was like, it is. It's fine. But she said it's like a white room with like hallways and you can like kind of peer in. And she said, my big thing was, I kept saying, when I do something good, they'll let me out. which I was like, that's kind of crazy. And I was
Well,
in a
you're
room.
in your own creative psych ward.
Yeah. And so she's like, and in your room, there's a big whiteboard and there's 6 or 7 ideas and you keep saying they're not good enough to let me out. And she's like, and there's one idea that's in the corner and you keep saying that's too wacky, that's too weird. And she's like, that's the idea you have to do. And then she started describing it. And I was like, I wrote that. I've done that. That's my project. Yeah, it was crazy.
That is so insane.
Yeah.
Well,
I know, it
I
was
can't
amazing.
wait to go try this. I wonder if I can do it. I don't really know if I want to go get Reiki done in Orlando. No offense, anyone lives in Orlando. I think I'd wait to go somewhere else.
It's just like a weird guy in a Mickey Mouse costume going. No,
What
you
did
should
she
research
say about your love chakra?
my love chakra. She said, okay, first of all, she said, in the future, when I follow my ideas, I dress nice, and I thought that was a really cool thing to look forward to.
Oh, wow.
I'm
That's
going to
great.
dress nice. I'm going to have a nice house. I'm going to dress nice. And I was not dressed nice when I was getting Reiki done. So I was like, this is good. My love chakra, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Like, how do I like unleash the goddess? And she just, she just said like, oh, I see like a little girl. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah. And like, is she,
what?
And I was like, yeah, okay. And she goes like, I don't want to freak you out, but she saw like railings, and then the railings turned into a crib, and then it was like a little girl on the floor. And she's like, it felt like in the next 2 to 5 years that's what's happening. And she's like, I see you and your husband like having kids on like your own terms, regardless of like what you think what you should do. And I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, terrifying. But a little girl.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then she said little girl, and I was like, that's so scary. It's terrifying.
Very scary, especially
I know.
because you've been having these dreams about being
pregnant. I know. Hello.
Full circle.
I know, but Brendan just keeps yelling baby fever, and I'm not enjoying it. But I'm like, shut up, Brendan. I'm cool. Even though today when I was teaching my kids, they're like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm really cool, you guys. I'm really young. I can drink wherever, and I have my own car. And they're like, what? No, I didn't say that, but yeah. So that was my love chakra, but I didn't get anything like sassy. It was like, oh, she's in a really pretty dress, and you're like, she said I dressed like a boss ass bitch. Like I had my life together, and
Cool.
she said I kind of like ran the show, and so I looked really nice, and my little girl was dressed really nice too.
So maybe what you need to do is get this wacky idea out there, become a boss ass bitch, and then crank out some babies.
Oh my God, how that's terrifying.
It sounds great. Are you kidding?
I know. I mean, it sounds great, but I'm wearing 2 different socks, and my jeans have a hole in them. You know, I'm not ready to have kids. I'm not ready.
It's all about life stages and building.
I'm telling you, you have to get Reiki done. We have to get you a good person, though, not some Joe Schmo in like the back of a CVS.
No. Listen, I paid a lot of money for my hair. I'll find a good Reiki person.
Also, there's this one person I want us to go to, and I listened to it. I think it was on Bitch Sesh, and she's like this like renowned astrologer. And apparently she was like bang on for their lives. And I'm like, we need to get her to do a reading for us.
I tagged Spencer Pratt in our
I saw
wellness thing, and he didn't get back to me.
Was he busy doing nothing?
Yeah, what are you busy saging your butthole? Get on the show.
I love how the second no one responds, we're like, screw them, whatever, who's next? Who's next?
Yeah, I'm gonna do research today to find a good Reiki place.
Great.
And gosh, I don't know. Maybe I can go today.
Oh my God, can you imagine? You're just like, I got Reiki done. You text me tonight. You're like, I found her. Anyways, pretty good sesh.
Done, because otherwise I'm going to have to wait like 2 weeks.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No rush.
Unless there's like a crazy Reiki person in Zion.
I'm sure there is.
There's got to be, right?
There's got to be. I mean, listen, I'm going to be meditating this week to try and find my spirit guide. And also, that girl could have been your spirit guide. I don't know. Maybe.
I can't believe the spirit guide thing. Like, that trips me out.
So every time I go to sleep now, and to bring it back to our dreams, I'm trying to like be like, if you're my spirit guide, like, drop back in. Get into a dream. Let me know what's up.
Show up. Knock on my door. Knock on my third eye. Come on in.
Yeah, let me know what's going on. So yeah, she did my shoulders, my feet. Again, she said if I find light, when I'm in light, I find grounding, which I feel like could be stage light too, because I feel very at peace on stage.
Totally. Yeah. It definitely is. It's so funny how, because I feel like I'm more of a moon person. I like the moon a lot.
Right. And I'm scared of the night. I'm scared of like darkness.
I'm scared of the dark too, but I like the moon. I like the moon, and like I really have a fascination. If we're ever driving, you don't have it in LA, But when you have really clear skies and you can see all of the stars, like
So
it is
pretty.
the coolest. It's so cool. I love
my
that.
God.
Driving through like Texas sometimes, like it's so dark and like countryside, you can see so much. I'm going to take pictures. Actually, my brother got me a really cool telescope for Christmas. I'm going to bring it to
Whoa.
Zion and I'm going to look at some shit.
You should.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. Also, I just looked up on Yelp. There's Bertha's Las Vegas Spa, Reiki, skincare, and threading.
Well, listen, I don't know if you want to get Reiki done by someone who's also going to fix your eyebrows, but I don't know.
I don't think that that's the move either, but it has a lot of reviews, but probably just for the threading, not for the Reiki. I'll do a bit more research.
We'll do some research, but I will say that we've also really inspired a lot of people to get into the crystal journey. And I reach out to say, if you're on the crystal journey, message us on Facebook or our website and let us know what's going on. We want the updates.
Actually, you know what? After we talked last week too, I did look up, maybe I'll go do that today. There's a really cool crystal shop not far from my house. Because I need to go buy them and find the right ones, and I really want to get the rose quartz. I've already got my mindset on rose quartz.
And when you go in, if you get a cool vibe, and like trust your gut on this, but if you get a cool vibe, ask them if they have a Reiki place. They know.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they must.
Oh, yes.
I'm on it. Finger on the pulse. I'm going to bring everything back to Reiki from here on out.
Oh my gosh, we did it. Do we cover everything with dreams? I mean, I think we dipped our toe in dreams. I feel like this could be an ongoing segment.
Oh, I think it could totally be an ongoing segment. And it's like, I feel like, so the two dreams that I had from the last time that we recorded and spoke, those are the only ones that stuck in my head that I could keep to relate to you.
So we need to wake up and write them.
Yeah, other than like the recurring one, like the crazy lady in the white room. But that
the
was
most terrifying thing I've ever heard. I love how you're like,
yeah,
I've got this other one.
I feel like analyzing dreams is fun because especially when you get somebody else's perspective, you're like, oh my God, of course that's what it could mean.
Honestly, it could just be a whole subsection of podcast is just us analyzing dreams.
What if we just did dreams and conspiracy theories?
Oh my God, that's all we should do. Oh, we would make so much deniers. What a cool life. I'm just going to do conspiracy theories. I say that because like I was watching conspiracy theories with Jesse Ventura and I was like, he makes no money doing this. I think he lives in a trailer.
Oh, you would have to have like no money because like who's paying you for conspiracy theories? Everyone wants to shut you down. No one wants to give you money.
I know.
They want you to go away.
I feel like he lives in a trailer in the middle of nowhere and everyone's like, absolutely not. Don't come to Denver. Don't check out the airport. Get out of here.
Denver airport is something else. I mean,
we have to get some conspiracy theories going. I mean, I've got some Scientology stuff, but I'm scared they might come after me.
They might. You live in LA. They could find you.
I know. I
and beat you up. They beat people up. I've heard
they do, and I saw a big group of them around Hollywood, and I was a little terrified because it was hot out, and they looked warm. They were all dressed up in suits. And
terrible. I'm not interested.
No. Well,
I mean, I'm interested, but I don't want any part to do with it. I want to know all about it, but I don't want to be there.
I know. And also, like, anyways, I won't even bring it up. I'll bring it up when we do it. But I guess we should do another conspiracy one coming up because everyone's been asking.
Oh, I'll crank out some conspiracy theories.
We'll write down some dreams. We'll do conspiracy theories and just our life will be great.
Crystal updates, Reiki updates, dream updates, conspiracy theories. That's a show if I've ever heard of one.
Sign us up. I'll take the deal. I'll do the Dave Chappelle $60 million for 3 special deal.
Yes, 100%.
Well, is that it?
Okay, do we do a dream ghost howl?
We need to do a dream ghost. Let's do it.
Oh God, what is a ghost?
It looked like you were gonna like burp and barf.
I had to think. I'm like, do I do this one different? Ooh.
That ghost has some secrets.
Bye, guys. Oh, hey, by the way, all I want to say at the very end is to make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Renee Young WW and Stacey is at the Stacey McG. Bye.